January 9th, 10 a.m. update for Topanga Canyon. The Palisades fire is still in the southern portion of the canyon, and from where it was last night, above the entry into State Park, it has moved more to the west, sideways, and toward the village of Topanga, that is Pine Tree Circle and the neighborhoods around there. So around 9 o'clock, the air support started showing up. By 9:25, I heard the plane fly over. Haven't seen it since. So far, there's a lot of helicopters. So obviously the fire department helicopters, and they're heading right for those spots, which means they're probably doing a lot of drops and figuring out what to tell the crews on the ground. The fire is not fast moving. You see all the smoke's going up today. The wind is mild to nothing. So it comes up a little bit, blows, and then it subsides back to nothing. There is the smoke that's coming down a little bit into the canyon down here. I think it's mostly drifting. I don't think it's burning yet, unless it's something very small. It looks more like it's a smoke that's drifting just because of how the air circulates in the canyon. And where you see this tiny wisps of smoke, this is where the old Topanga Canyon comes into the boulevard, and therefore that's the spot right in there behind this ridge and before the next one. This is where the village of Topanga is, Pine Tree Circle, all those businesses, restaurants, Inn of the Seventh Ray, Canyon Bistro, and the neighborhoods surrounding that. Topanga post office is obviously there. So you see that the fire is not exactly there yet. It still is a little bit back, but it is definitely at the bottom of Fernwood. Jalan is right in there, right amidst all the smoke. And Fernwood Village with Mimosa Cafe would be right down there by where the smoke is coming up. Now, I'm not saying the smoke's right where Jalan is and the Mimosa. I'm not there to see. All I'm saying is it's the general location. It might be on the opposite side of the canyon. Camp Wildwood obviously is down there in that steep part of the canyon. But just so you get oriented, this whole big wall of smoke is coming from that general bottom of Fernwood, just before the S's go into the ocean. And therefore it's getting close to the to the Pine Tree Circle, which is where the faint smoke is right now. So it seems that they're putting a lot of effort into stopping this fire, preventing it from spreading into the village. So they probably are very well aware that it's not only populated but also a popular area with businesses, shops and restaurants, and people like to hang out there. So they're gonna put in an effort to stop this fire. Plus, when I'm looking more toward the area where all the air support went to yesterday, the smoke is much more mild. It's not big cumulus type of clouds of smoke. It's more faint. So the air support is not going over there today, at least not at this point. It's all focusing on the Topanga villages and the surrounding area. The up the hill area, that is where Fernwood Pacific goes way up to the ridge, and this is the Settle Peak here. Now that's as you can see, that fire is slowly creeping downhill, and I looked with the binoculars, tried to look through the smoke. Even where this is smoldering near the houses seem to be all okay. I don't see any houses that look burnt down through the binoculars. They all look like before, standing walls, windows, roofs on. I can't say if it's completely 100% of them, but it looks like a lot of the houses, even where the fire was near them, the fire was not super strong next to them, and they were all standing, unlike what I saw in Pacific Palisades. So the other spot that was active yesterday was behind this microwave tower on the other side of Saddle Peak. There is still a little bit of smoke coming up every so often, and it's not as big, not as active, so I am assuming that the little ridge, well, little actually, it's very tall, but the ridge that goes beyond Saddle Peak toward Malibu in that direction is probably still burning, or at least have spots of where it burns, and every so often it gets more or less subsides or goes up in flames again. That's why I'm not seeing a lot of active smoke there. And the fire never did make it over this ridge into Topanga proper, so all the portions of Saddle Peak and the entire ridge that's facing into the canyon, they did not burn. A lot of houses along this ridge are standing untouched. Everything is fine there. So central Topanga over here, the Mesa, Hillside Drive, both sides actually, the meadows, marsh meadows where the Hillside Drive goes against those, all the streets that come off of Topanga Canyon Boulevard and go into and against Topanga State Park. This is all fine. The Mesa, Hillside Drive, Skyline, Old Canyon are all fine. Then the central and northern Topanga right here, everything is fine. Very faint smell of smoke in the air, nothing serious. View Ridge is just fine. This is where Santa Maria Road comes to Dirt Mulholland. That little cut, you see the road. Everything is fine. The other side of the valley looks a bit hazy. That's probably all the smoke scattered from all the fires. Where the Reseda Boulevard comes to Topanga State Park, and Dirt Mulholland and Temescal cross each other or come to an intersection. This is it. This is the cut in the hill. That's Temescal. So this is on the valley side. It's all fine. Topanga State Park seems to be affected on the Santa Monica end of it. This is your trail, East Topanga Fire Road and Loop Trail, where they come together at Eagle Rock, which is on the other side of this ridge. And the smoke over there is still on the side where Temescal Fire Road goes on that edge, on that side of Topanga State Park and beyond it. So that's on the Santa Monica side of Topanga State Park. Something's still burning. No way of telling from here whether the fire got into the area directly below Eagle Rock, but since the smoke is not rising high enough, I don't think it got there just from experience. So that's the latest update. Hope it helps someone. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.